That's Romano Lupa. That was one of the cheeses that we had some difficulty getting for a little while from Italy. Let me get some gloves on here. And our heritage being from Naples, this is the one thing that my parents always said, when you're making good meatballs, you gotta have Romano in it. You gonna use the knife here to split there, Ian? Yeah. I'll hold it. You can be the technician here, so. Okay, there we go. Sort of see as that cracks open. Get a little smell and taste of life prior to COVID when you open up one of these aged wheels of cheeses, right? Welcome to the world of COVID, cheese. I started working at the store when I was a year old. I was more of a nuisance at that point in, but it was in our house, so instead of building blocks, I had packs of pasta to work with. I was literally raised in the store. My dad would work evenings, and I would be sort of hanging out in the store as my mom would operate the store. So as for a family business, it's pretty precious. When my children started working with me more directly here, my wife would sort of laugh a little bit, said, "Oh, you got them now for the next 30 years," because when I was working here all the time, they were at home. My daughter, Victoria, she's spitting image of my mom. So am I, too, but, it's been nice having them working through this.
Working as a family, it's been great, having that support, even though we fight all the time, but it's nice to...
You and your sister. Cassandra sort of has been my older daughter, this is Victoria. She was the one that sort of really took the leadership role on making sure that everything for COVID was compliant. And the one thing that will live forever is her famous announcements that she always liked to do. Do you remember what the script is?
She has more of a squeakier voice than I do, so I'll try to be like hers.
And sometimes it could be a little bit panicked.
She goes, "Attention all customers in the deli. To avoid overcrowding, please take a number and step back from the counter until your number is called to allow for physical distancing. Thank you."
For us, I think the first sort of emotional part was seeing what's happening in Italy. But I think all of us still felt, that's over there. We went from an incredible period of being busier than we had ever been before to all of a sudden everything came to a screeching halt, literally, within a day or two. It's probably not much more than about 2 weeks in from the initial sort of state of emergency that people then started to realize, okay, still got to get food. And so that's when all of a sudden our website sort of blew up overnight and sort of became Amazon. Do we have any orders going out today? Part of what we did through our website was started shipping things all over the place. Corey sort of became our Amazon person here, packing up milk and stuff like that. Tomato machines. I think, Corey, you can probably think of how many machines that we would ship to Montreal and stuff like that because everything just sort of dried up. Hey, Lana, did we get that delivery of the hams and that yet? Expecting more delays or? No, they're not too sure. Prior to pandemic, this area that we're standing in now, during lunch on a Friday would be, shoulder to shoulder. I think it was sort of the deli mosh pit that people would get involved here to get their sandwich and get their numbers. The early days of the pandemic, on a Friday to realize there was only 4 or 5 customers in here, was a bit eerie. There's been some customers we haven't seen for quite a while, and you start to get worried about them.
I do.
A few of them.
And I want to hug people when I see them when they come in, but I'm a hugger.
I don't think you were here when Mrs. Maloney came in. About a month or so ago, she came in for the first time since pandemic, and she's 98 or 99. I was so happy to see her because knowing them for so long and having that connection, that's always been one of those difficult things. Letting the door stay wide open. Actually seeing someone's face again, I think that's something that's something I think that we all miss. Saturday mornings, I usually spend the first 45 minutes with the regular customers that come in every Saturday morning and chatting with them about whatever. It could be about sports, politics, whatever type of thing. So I've always felt that what has made our store special is sort of the energy that's within the store. When masks come off, you can sort of feel that again, and I think that's sort of probably the one part of that I've really missed is just sort of that type of contact. I've always tried to keep things in perspective, as we're going through this. There's always something worse, something that's come before us. Not to downplay what we've all gone through, but we're fortunate to have the ability to order our food online and have it delivered to us. That there's other options for us to feed ourselves. Always sort of keep that in the back of my mind that there is challenges here, but we'll get through this and we'll be okay.